Alright, in this project your goal is going to be to add the drum part for this Radiohead song. I've removed as much drums as I can from the Radiohead track. You'll hear a little bit of drums bleeding in from the lead vocal track, but other than that there's no drums in here. So you're going to be using a drum machine called the UltraBeat, which is built into Logic Express to add in the drums. So first I'm going to select my instrument track here, and I'm going to go over to Media and Library and select from Drums and Percussion UltraBeat drum kits. There's tons of drum kits to choose from, but I would start with a really basic kit like the Studio Tight kit. And as soon as I click on this, over here it loads up the proper effects, and most importantly it launches UltraBeat. I'm going to double click UltraBeat. It opens up the UltraBeat window, and the first thing I'll do is change from this view into full view. So now I can see all of the different notes that I can plug in. And essentially this is a grid. When you press a dot here, it's going to play a note. So if I solo the kick drum and hit play, first I have to turn the sequencer on and hit play. So you can see wherever there was a dot, the kick drum was played, and the same would be for any of the other instruments. So we're going to try to program the UltraBeat so it plays some typical drum patterns. So I'm going to click down here where it says pattern, and I'm going to select an empty area, like number 11. You can see nothing is programmed in here. For what to play, you're going to be looking in your Finder, and you're going to see I included drum machine abbreviations and rock drum patterns. So first let's take a look at drum machine abbreviations. On your rock drum patterns file, you're going to see all these abbreviations right in this area, and these abbreviations will help you with that. So BD is bass drum, SD is snare drum, CH and OH are closed hi-hat and open hi-hat. Those are going to be the most important. Last but not least, AC is accent, and you'll see that in there. So here's how you'll program that. Let me close this up. So now I'm looking in my UltraBeat window. Let's program in, let's do Rock 12. So I have bass drum on 1, 3, 7, and 11. So I just go 1, 3, 7, 11. I have snare drum on 5, 10, and 13. So I go snare solid on 5, 10, and 13. And I have closed hi-hat on all of the odd numbers. So here's closed hi-hat on the odds. And here's a little shortcut. If I press Control and click this, I can say add every downbeat. Control and click it and say add every upbeat. That's a little shortcut for those repetitive lines there. And finally I need to add my accent on 5 and 13. So the accent's right up here. So I click 5, that little blue dot right there, and 13. Finally, you'll notice that this is only 16 units long, not 32 like I have up here. So I'm going to change my length to 16. Now when I hit play, I'm going to hear my pattern. Okay, so to enter a new pattern, you would just click here and enter in a new pattern right here. If you were to change drum kits right now, say to one of these other drum kits, unfortunately you would lose the drum pattern that you just entered into number 11. So what I would suggest that you do after you enter each drum beat is to go up here and select Save Setting As. And you could call this whatever you want. I usually call it my last name, something to do with what it is, drum beats. And I'm going to save it into the project file, which is Radiohead without drums. And I've actually already done that, but just to show you what it looks like, I would just give it a new name, and you would hit save. So then next time, if you were to switch instruments and you think you lost your drum beats, you could just go up here and say load settings, and you would find them under Radiohead without drums, and here's find drum beats, open, and you'll see in here I've actually already went ahead and programmed a bunch of other drum beats and drum breaks into here.